Does Onondaga Community College have a prestigious honor society club? We'll find out, coming up next with ONTV Update.
From the BMC studio at Onondaga Community College, this is ONTV Update.
Good afternoon, and welcome to ONTV Update. This is Friday, May 7th, and I'm Carly Allen. Though the semester is ending soon, many clubs will still be holding meetings after classes end. The Chess Club is one of them, holding meetings in Coulter Hall Room 116 on Fridays from 12:30 to 1:30. No experience is necessary, and it's run by Sean Kroll. Just stop by to talk to Sean or call 315-922-8354. Speaking about clubs, here at OCC, there's an honor society club that you can join with many benefits that can help with your future. I take you on campus to see what the club is all about. Pi Theta Kappa is an official international honor society of two-year colleges. Noah Singh has been Pi Theta Kappa's leader for 2 years and says being on the leadership team is fulfilling in many different ways.
So PTK is a great way to get involved during your time at OCC, and there's 4 main categories that are leadership, scholarship, fellowship, and service, and they're all great ways to grow during your time at OCC, and it's great that you can get involved as much or as little as you want.
Without any knowledge of what PTK is all about, it's easy to think it's a high-intensity club with a lot of pressure, but this is not the case.
We called everyone who was invited, who maybe hadn't accepted their invitation yet, and I found out a lot of people, when I called them, they thought that they had to do all these different things to be involved, and they had to go to meetings and all types of things like that. And you don't have to go to anything. There's nothing that you have to do. You have no requirements.
The mission of Pi Theta Kappa is to recognize and encourage the academic achievements of two-year students and provide opportunities for individual growth. Members of PTK put together projects that not only help students at OCC, but the community as well.
One of the things I did is I helped organize a fundraiser for the Dr. Weeks Elementary School. It's a city district school, and we got them school supplies, food, and we did some fundraising so that we could give the families Thanksgiving meals.
Pi Theta Kappa is a team of well-rounded students making a change for the community right here on OCC's campus. Meetings are held the third Monday of each month during the fall through spring, and students must have 12 credit hours at OCC. Students must also have a minimum GPA of 3.5 to be eligible to join PTK. If you love science and going out with the family, the Most Science Museum is having a big sale on the Family Season Pass. The Most has tons of exhibits to see and play with while having a real educational value. You can find it in Armory Square, and the sale takes the family membership from $99 a year to just $50 for 2 adults and several children. It includes unlimited access to the Most and all affiliated museums, as well as discounts to their camps and gift shops. It has been officially announced by the CDC that most Americans no longer need to wear their face masks due to the rising number of vaccines being administered. They have stated if you have been fully vaccinated, you can now enter public places without a need of any face coverings. But it must be still outside and you cannot group up with strangers or individuals you are unsure have been vaccinated, and be sure to follow your local and city-state guidelines regarding face coverings. Later coming up, training for esports is not just about training mentally, but also physically. But first, learn about how pollution levels are causing environmental change. We'll talk about more of that here on ONTV Update.
The vast majority of the programs that we have are getting students ready to have skills that will transfer right into being able to go to work.
It's exciting to see that, they're definitely, the jobs are in demand for these different occupations.
Most of this stuff is going to be located right here in Whitney Hall. Certainly applied technology and all our labs are located over here in Whitney Hall. You can just reach out to our school office directly.
I love working at the library. I've been a librarian for many, many years. Love helping students. I love the moment, especially here at OCC, when I'm assisting a student who might be doing research and they're just like, say, I never knew about that. I never knew you could do that. And that's such a great moment because we have such a huge and wonderful amount of resources available to students that many of them don't really know how to access.
Finals are coming up fast, and Coulter Library is ready. We have lots of new computers, several new study rooms, and extended hours for finals review sessions. If you're stressed about that final exam or frantically working to finish that term paper, look no further. Take advantage of our subject resources and prepare for the end of a successful semester here at Coulter Library.
I think OCC is a great choice for students, especially if they're not exactly sure what they want to do. I developed the Geospatial Science and Technology program as a way to introduce students to that world that I discovered, learning how to make maps with a computer, collecting data and analyzing that. And we still have a lot of industry connections, and that's always good for trying to find internships or even full-time employment.
I think working with the students and hearing the stories of how successful students are, and lately I've got a lot of, being able to write letters of recommendations to students that are going on to a next program, and hearing about what they've done at their next school or in their next career move. I think that's hearing the success stories and really working with the students and getting to know the students. Sometimes my office is a revolving door because students want to come in and talk, which is great. So that's why I'm here.
You come home to your evacuated neighborhood after a storm. That 100-year-old oak gone. Your house, just bits and pieces of your life scattered across an empty lot. For miles around, devastation, destruction, and despair. Until off in the distance, a truck approaches. A bright red cross on the hood. A lifeline. Food, water, clothing. The Red Cross, 1-800-HELP NOW.
Welcome back. I'm Carly Allen. This is ONTV Update. Here with me is Barbadoo Racha. So Barbadoo, does it look like barbecue weather this weekend?
Sadly, no. According to Syracuse.com, today is going to be a high of 55 and a low of 40. Mostly cloudy with a couple of showers. For the weekend, it will start with a high of 53 and a low of 40, and will be partly sunny with a little rain showers in the morning. On Sunday, it will be a high of 56 and a low of 40, with the sun shining. During the coming up week, Monday and Tuesday, we'll have a high of 55 with a low of 41, followed by Wednesday, when it goes up with a high of 57 and a low of 44. With Onondaga Lake being clean, I decided it was time to check on our pollution levels. I take us on to speak with an expert on pollution in Onondaga County. Brian McNinch is the chemistry and physical science professor here at OCC, and he says there has been an environmental change.
We've been seeing a lot of improvement here. Our environmental impacts have been reduced here in Onondaga County around Syracuse, and we actually have less water pollution, and so things are actually improving in many of our rivers and streams.
McNinch says there are things people can do to help keep the lake clean.
Being more careful with trash and with the materials that you use around your house. Those kinds of incidental small things may not seem like a big deal, but they kind of add up when a lot of people are doing them. So that's how people can actually help out.
Cleaning the lake can be hard, but we can do it if we're careful of the things we waste. Calvin Prothro is a professor of geology and planetary science and says the things we use can also have an effect on the lake's pollution.
Well, when we go out to the beach, people tend to put sunscreen lotion on and, suntan lotion. Well, when you go on the water, that washes off. That goes into the ocean. Calvin says people seem to ignore the things that are affecting the ocean. And then there's people who like to go boating, and you go boating and you spill a little oil or gas in the ocean. It doesn't seem like a lot, but over time and the quantity of people who are actually doing this, that's a lot.
EarthDay.org shows that people can help keep the lake clean just by using less plastic. Recycling properly, watching what we flush down the toilet and what goes in our trash are great ways to cut down pollution. Don't you agree, Carly?
I sure do, Barbadoo. OCC has many student clubs and organizations and student government programs. If interested, visit SOL. Located in the Gordon Student Center, the Student Orientation Leadership and Engagement Office gives students the chance to deepen their personal and academic experience through events, organizations, and leadership opportunities. SOL is the ultimate hub for getting involved on campus and around your community. To find out how to join for more general information, visit s.l.edie at sunyocc.edu. With the semester around the corner, many students are seeking ways to help study for finals. But first, right after the break, why esports players need to train and work out. This is ONTV Update.
To my knowledge, every single person that's teaching in the program is still presently actively working in the field. Every single one of these professors is an expert in their craft. If it wasn't for this department, if it wasn't for people like Mark Ballard or Mike Kaminsky or Magic on the radio side of things, 0 Point and myself, I wouldn't be where I am today.
In the sound recording program, I was asked to develop 4 courses and teach those 4 courses based in studio recording. So learning the basics of microphones and interface boxes and computer software and cabling and all that, and the process of just tracking musical performances and then mixing them. It gives those students who are interested in sound a little bit more of a broader education in how we can apply sound recording.
My classes aren't too bad. As a business major, they're kind of difficult, so I can always come here and get some help, or if I have any questions about my student profile or anything about that, there's always help here. They took me through like the list of options of courses that I could choose, and I picked the best ones that I think were suited for me. Honestly, without OCC and the help of the Student Center, I just wouldn't really be where I am today.
The School of Art, Design, Media, and Music is the best school.
So there's architecture and interior design, there is broadcast media and communications, there is art, photography, and music and sound recording.
We're a little different. We're very artistic, we're very creative.
A lot of the school is about advising, transfer, career building, and community, like having a place for people to go.
My favorite part about teaching criminal justice is the conversations I end up in with my students. We are talking about tough stuff, justice and fairness. What's different here than other places? The commitment of the faculty and staff in leading students towards their goals.
So Career Services does a variety of different things. We help students from day one, so exploring options within majors or careers, we help with that. We help with guiding them anything that they need throughout their schooling here, so helping them get job shadows and informational interviews, internships, volunteer experience, and then ultimately helping them for whatever's after OCC.
Hello and welcome back to ONTV Update. I'm Isaac Goneth. According to former esports player Stuart, at Cyber Athletics, esports has over 1 billion viewers worldwide. With many people saying that esports players do not need to train, I spoke to a couple of gamers who highly disagree. Isaac Depew is a local gamer who spends much of his time practicing his skills to become a better player for competitions.
Gaming is a lot like video game, or it's like sports. You need to practice to get better. So like anything in your life, you need to be putting in the hours to get better. And I mean, even if it's just like simple hand motions, it's still like teaching your body the muscle memory to accomplish that when you need to in quick millisecond responses.
Players spend constant hours playing the game, researching mechanics, and watching pros/their own games to hone their skills. One of the important ways they train is through physically working out.
Well, because I mean, if you're sitting in a chair for like 6 hours a day, you could get severely hurt, like physically, just by using just your fingers. You know, you could get like carpal tunnel, you could get a blood clot in your legs. So you need to exercise so when you do sit down for 6 hours, you're not hurting yourself.
Esports players are required to work out every day to help keep a balanced lifestyle, but also to help cope with stress. And on top of that, keep up their energy levels while playing countless hours of video games.
Just to keep the your physical form up, like keep yourself healthy in general. Just, I mean, it's not necessarily the same necessity as in like a regular traditional sport, but I mean, just keeping general health for yourself is important.
Even though the game is what matters most to players, according to Isaac, taking care of yourself is what should be important.
Players can suffer from carpal tunnel and tennis elbow, as well as severe shoulder, back, neck, and foot pain. Professional players are now required by their managers to physically train to help cut down on the chance of these injuries happening. In the League of Legends world for the mid-season Innovationals, yesterday, Cloud9 fought it out with Damon K on the Rift. DK steamrolled Cloud9, winning the game in only 28 minutes. DK's attack damage carry, Ghost, came out on top at 5 eliminations, which gave him the most eliminations in the game. Cloud9 took first blood at 7 minutes, but DK was able to destroy first turret and the Baron, which allowed them to push Cloud9 into a corner for an easy victory. USA's Cloud9 will be playing Japan's D10 Focus Me later today. In the Overwatch League, last Saturday, the New York Excelsiors fought it out with the Shanghai Dragons. The Dragons came out on top by winning the first 3 games, giving the best of 5 to them. Shanghai's damage carry Lip got deemed the player of the match. He ended the first map on Ashe with 15,000 hero damage and with 17 player eliminations. The Shanghai Dragons moved up the bracket to fight the Philadelphia Fusion the next day, which Shanghai won with a winning score of 3-2. Playing another great game, Lip came out of the match as the player of the game for the second day in a row. In baseball news, the Syracuse Mets home opener was Tuesday. Starting their 2021 season, Carly, are there any Syracuse Mets games that you're excited for?
Well, I'm not very interested in baseball, but the fireworks are always nice, so that's something to look forward to.
Of course.
Coming up, we have some events to do this weekend with family and friends. But first, you're not alone if you feel lost when studying for finals. We'll show you some ways to get ahead of the curve and not be stressed out the last few days of classes. Here with ONTV Update.
Look at what's happened here with COVID. Look at how you've seen other schools where infection rates have been very high, and here they've been extremely low. That's because the students here are really dedicated to doing the right thing and to learn and work toward that degree and work toward a better life through higher education. I think a community college is the perfect answer to everyone's educational needs.
One thing that I love about my job is the people here at OCC. Students definitely need assistance with career exploration, and that's one of our expertise. So making sure that the students know what they want to do in any way that we can support it. I love working with the students. I love working with the faculty and staff. I like that every day is a little bit different.
Recently, the college has developed a new sound recording program, and we partnered with the music department, and 4 of the courses in that program are offered through the BNC program. BMC 225 and 226 focus on live sound reinforcement and recording. So a lot of students who are interested in if they have a band or if they perform live, what's the best way to get their sound to be optimized for their audience?
This can be in any major,
they can have disabilities. I have students who do have disabilities and work with another department in addition to me. I have students who are veterans. I have students that work full-time. And I'm just a source of assistance for them to get them through the college process, that's all.
Everybody like on the edge of their seats yelling. People want to see you do good. People actually coming out to watch me play. So it definitely give me an incentive to play hard, get some buckets. I guess it's one of the top JUCOs in the country. This is a good program to get your name out there. I like to go by like the sky is the limit. Like you can do anything you put your mind to. Like I didn't really know I was gonna break a record. I just kind of figured like if I was to put all in the work in, you could do anything that you put your mind to. If you're gonna work hard or something, just give it your all.
Because we're a two-year school, you're going to play right away. As a freshman, you're going to get pretty good parts, and as a sophomore, you're going to have all the best stuff. We have a lot of non-majors involved, and they can play in ensembles, they can take lessons, they can take music classes. They really could do all the music major things. There are no barriers to that. We have great equipment, we have great facilities. It's a lot of fun to be here. There's a lot of energy, and we do a lot of performing, which makes everybody kind of energetic and working towards those goals together, and it makes it a lot of fun.
As we know, Mother's Day is coming up, so there's an event tomorrow, May 8th, starting from 2 p.m. until 4 p.m. Kids ages 5 to 16 will have a chance to bake treats to give to their moms and grandmothers. Students will also have an opportunity to learn how to make a class favorite, chicken and waffles. This event will be held at Grace Episcopal Church on Madison Street in Syracuse. Only 10 kids can come per class to ensure social distance, and masks are required to attend this event. This Wednesday, May 12th, there are 3 events happening that people can choose from. The options of a puzzle adventure, scavenger hunt, or an adventure race. Each event includes multiple locations that you are guided to. All you need in order to do this event is your mobile device and an internet connection. To sign up online, go to thepuzzlingadventures.com. This event costs $20 and will be happening from dusk till dawn at East Fayette Street in Syracuse. On Saturday, May 15th, at Train Hard Fitness in Liverpool, there is an event that will include free food and free giveaways such as 1-month membership, personal training sessions, and a raffle. It lasts from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., and all the money made during the event will be donated to the rescue mission to help the homeless and fight to end hunger. Welcome back to ONTV Update. I'm Carly Allen. The end of the semester is coming up pretty quickly, which means finals are right around the corner. The Learning Center's hours have changed for the finals. Even if you're not looking for help studying, you need a quiet place to study, and the Learning Center is open until 8 p.m. On TV Updates, Robert Walker gives us a look at ways to help study.
With the end of the semester coming to an end very quickly, students are trying to study. Studying can be quite stressful, but OCC has many resources to help with studying. A student, Jacqueline Gale, talks to us about the resources she uses.
One of the couple things we offer, we're offering a workshop for our study schools, where students can get some testing strategies and some more, stress strategies, how they can be successful in their finals.
At the Learning Center, you can set up rooms for you and your friends to study, or yourself. They also provide laptops like these and books such as these, so that you can better study for your final.
The Learning Center for my ASL, which is the sign language, and for my scholarship, I'm applying for scholarship, my essays. Those are the 2 I'm currently using.
Says she has been using the Learning Center to study for her ASL final. She also wants to make sure she's understanding sign language so that she can properly communicate with a deaf person.
These guys are just here to help them get them through the final push and get them ready for their final, just any kind of last reviews they want to go over, any kind of comparable questions they want to go over on their final. That's what we're looking to do right now.
The opportunity to use these resources that the Learning Center has to offer. From the Learning Center, Robert Walker, ONTV Update.
Finals are coming up fast, so don't wait last minute to get help from the Learning Center if you are struggling to study for your finals. As of April 30th, New York State legalized marijuana for anyone who is 21 or older to have, use, or buy. Local governments may opt out of allowing adult use cannabis retail dispensaries or on-site consumption licenses by passing a local law by December 31st. However, they cannot opt out of the adult use legalization. Those laws would not be able to stop the use of marijuana, but would be able to stop the sale of it in their own town. The incentive for them to allow the sale of marijuana in their area is sales tax revenue. Barbara Duracha is now back with the weekend weather forecast. Are we going to be able to have Mother's Day outdoors this weekend, Barbara?
Well, according to Syracuse.com, today is going to be a high of 65 and a low of 40. Tomorrow, it will be a high of 53 with another low of 40. And on Sunday, it will be a high of 56 and the same as the other days, low of 40.
Thank you for watching this week's episode of ONTV Update, the last episode of the season. We thank you again for supporting us and watching us live through the semester.
We've had a lot of fun and hope you get to. Farewell from all of us at ONTV Update.